Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. So, to start, we can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 9. So now I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 2 times 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 2. So this is 2 to the power of 9. Now, what I'm going to do is notice how these two have the same bases. Both of these have bases of 2. So if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this is the same thing as m is equal to n. This is what this means because both of these bases are the same. So what I'm essentially doing is canceling out these bases. So that's exactly what I'm going to do over here. Because both of these bases are the same, I'm going to cancel these two bases out. So now, what I'm left with is 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 9. And now 9 is the same thing as 3 squared. So I have 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 3 squared. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to cancel these two bases out. So now I'm left with 4 to the power of x is equal to 2. Now from here, I'm going to rewrite 4 as 2 squared to the power of x is equal to 2. And an important property to know is that if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So in this case, 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x is going to equal 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is 2 to the power of 2x. So 2 to the power of 2x is equal to 2. And what I want to do is 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. So I'm going to write this as 2 to the power of 2x is equal to 2 to the power of 1. Now the reason I did this is because now again I can use the property a to the power of m. If a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, m is equal to n. On this, I'll cancel these two bases out, and I'll be left with 2x is equal to 1. So now all I have to do is divide both sides by 2, and I get x is equal to 1/2. Now, there is actually a simpler way of solving this, in case you guys were wondering. So I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x, and what I'm going to do is, let me actually write this down here. 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. What I could do is 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4. This is equal to 81. So I get 2 to the power of 81 to the power of x. And this is equal to 512. So 512 is again 2 to the power of 9. So I get 2 to the power of 81 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 9. I can cancel these two out, so I get 81 to the power of x equals 9. 81 is 9 squared, so I get 9 squared to the power of x is equal to 9. So I get 9 to the power of 2x equals 9. 2x equals 1, and again, x is equal to 1/2. So that's another way of doing it. Now the final step is to check my solution. So my original equation is 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of x is equal to 512. So I got that x is equal to 1/2. So now I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 1/2 is equal to 512. And I'm going to work my way from the top and go to the bottom. So we first have 4 to the power of 1/2, which is the same thing as the square root of 4, which is equal to 2. So now I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 512. Now 3 to the power of 2 is 9, so I get 2 to the power of 9 is equal to 512, meaning 512 is equal to 512. So this is right.